That was obviously too slow. This thing, this here, obviously too slow. But let's do it in. When you look at the H speed, whether you're going positive or negative, its max is at 5, because you're increasing by 0.5 each time. You're accelerating by 0.5 each time, and then dividing by 1.1. And you can do the math, you can sort of look at the limit of that sort of recursive formula, and you get 5 and negative 5 as your max. But this is obviously way too slow of an acceleration, way too slow for max speed, at least for Mario. So let's see if we can see how long it takes him to run 5 blocks. So when he's just walking, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1,000. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times his own width in not exactly a second, but so 1 block, 2 pixels in a second, which is going to be 60 frames if we're using room speed of 60, which I believe we are. I know. There's stuff. Hello, cat. I have a cat, by the way, who's standing on my desk. He's going to join us for this episode, at least temporarily. He's old and demanding, so you may hear him demanding. Okay, so let's increase these here speeds. Actually, what let's do, what we will do is have a movement speed. What that's going to let 5, I'm going to set it to 1, is let us change these events. Not to work on 0.5, to work on movements. These are just variables. They're contained within the object, and you can make them up yourself. It's not like movement speed is inherent to GameMaker in any way at all. I have just invented this, and will be using it for the purposes of doing movement speed. Now, please, Tail, don't hit the microphone. Very loud. And disturbing to all the people listening, all the very, very many people who are listening. Yeah, good. Movement speed's 1. Let's see how that does. That's way too fast, obviously. You can turn around in my speed now. But this is more of a run speed, really. This looks page. Oh no. Now that we're at 60 frames per second, everything's moving twice as fast. So let's go back. So we would change that by basically having all the values, but I don't want to do that yet. I'm just going to deal with 30, and we shall see how that works. Everything's done in terms of frames. Okay, that's interesting. 1,000. That got me all the way across. That's still going faster than Mario, but it does look nice. And again, we're working on a different scale. So if you look at the SNES screen, you have on one screen you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 by what's basically square, by 16 block screen. So running 6 blocks in a second means you can basically get through the whole screen in 3 seconds for the. Whereas in this case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Whatever, like 20 things in the thing. So if we want to make it across the screen in 3 seconds, then we need to do more like 20 over 3. Why could I do 20 over 3? It's like 21 over 3 minus 1, so it's a little less than 7 because math. Yeah, see, look at that. So, let's fix those numbers. So if we're just going to redo Mario, then I should undo this, go into room 0, and change the quality. So it's currently set to the settings of 640 by 480, which gives you, oh hey, look at this grid that I could have used to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 squares by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8 times squares. So let's just go square here and do 16 by 16. And now you can run across essentially 1,000. Like you can in a probably I'm guessing a slower second than I counted earlier, but you can get quite a few more squares. So let's decrease the max speed, although the acceleration seems nice. Well, no, the acceleration doesn't seem nice. So let's change movement speed. Actually, I should call this movement acceleration, because that's what it is, basically. But let's look at the acceleration we have now. It takes you that long to get up to speed. Take you that long in Mario? So, meh. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. But, so I would change this to some other number. 0.05, which would give you a little bit less restriction. You could also do times 0.9 or whatever. I'm doing divided by 1.5 because I'm crazy. Let's see where that is plateauing. Using our handy helper, that's getting much faster. So that's going to be plateauing at 16. So, not sure that I actually want it that fast, but we will see. Now let's give ourselves more than a screen of space, which in Game Maker you'll do by enable the use of views, give it a width and a height of 480. Hey. Wait. Bring something up, I don't know, but so let's change the border here from 32 to approximately half of 480 to keep them centered. If we do 240 and 240, that should make the room. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, right, I screwed up. Settings. Oops. Oh. This is what happens when you're doing. Oh, hey, how about setting it to visible when the room starts? That sounds like a good idea. What do you think? Actually, let's leave this 120. How this works. Settings of the room be wider. Blocks on jump around. Yeah, no. So when we start going horizontally, you'll see that when we go over here, look at that. Green scrolls. Got a little bit of tolerance. So I have sort of a box of approximately 240 by 240 to be within at which point in time we scroll. Give ourselves a little bit of vertical motion, although there was none in the original Mario. I guess I'm not exactly making the original Mario, I'm just making a platformer and using Mario as a basis. Because I'm changing what I'm doing in the middle of the thing that I'm doing. That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. What do you think? I think it's a brilliant. I'm doing it. That just goes to show you how